up. So this is the time to make quick confessions that then later they can upload on Twitter and make fun of us. So, what's cooking in the chess department, good sir? How are we doing chess-wise?
We talked.
Come again?
I think we're doing good. Yeah.
Of course we are doing good. That is never a question. Never a question, brother, about us doing great. Not good. Good is not good enough, man. We're doing great. We are doing great. Is the tournament on the Wednesday?
It is on Wednesday.
And you are stoked, aren't you?
I am pumped.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely rocking it like a legendary that you are. Okay. Yesterday I had a very interesting lesson with a certain lady who goes by the name of Alex. And what I did with her was a very interesting evaluation of positions where I showed her four almost identical but slightly different positions for her to evaluate.
Okay.
And we were talking about the subtleties and the to's and fro's of certain positions. So I thought that I would repeat that with you, provided that I have your permission. Expect it to be quite a bit of a challenge in ways. Okay. So what I'm going to do, you have got visual on the classroom, yep? As in, I haven't loaded anything yet, so that was the stupidest question of the day because I haven't loaded up the position yet.
Did you send it on chess.com or Lichess?
Chess.com.
Chess.com.
Yeah.
I don't see the Chess.com invite.
If I sent you a Lichess invite meant for Coach Champs, that would be a very, very quick end of my Chess.com streaming career.
Oh, there it is. Hey, invites.
Yeah, that's where you look, brother. Where the pending invites come in.
Yeah. Go figure that the classroom invite is in the classroom.
Yeah, that is definitely an unexpected twist, worthy of a Hollywood script writer, right?
I love you, Andras.
Oh, come on. It's mutual, brother. It's mutual.
That's good.
Look, when you have got 4 kids, you're more than excused for, not immediately going to, classroom invite. Maybe I should check in the classroom. Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Bradeski. So here are my questions.
Okay.
You are white. Yeah, but to throw the spanner in the works.
Okay.
But to throw the spanner in the works, it is black to move. Yeah. All I am after is you telling me who you think is better here and why. And also, adding to that, if you could enlighten us, because by now we have got myriads of people both in YouTube and Twitch, if you could enlighten us about the respective plans, that would be beautiful. So, who is playing for what?
I find this position annoyingly constricted is my first thought. Okay, let me think.
Oh la la! Wait. I'm browsing my Discord and that messes with the recording. I forgot that. I sent a few messages out to my friends to come and watch us and I realized that I'm not allowed to do that. Sheesh. Sozzy. We're good. We're back. Alright, so start talking now. Start talking now, sir.
Black's pawn structure is... I like Black's pawn structure a lot better. It's all connected. There's no holes. I have doubled pawns. although they're not isolated. They have more space, seemingly, with their pawn structure.
Hold on a second. I must butt in because that's what I do best.
Butt in.
I,
Yes.
look, if you have got as attractive a rear side as I do, butting in is your favorite activity in life, right? So, hear me out here.
Exactly.
You said that you like
Correct.
black's pawn structure because there are no holes, which is a very strange wording when it comes to butting in, but I will take it. So, where do you see the holes in white's position?
I think no holes was the incorrect way of saying that.
Right?
I guess what I meant is black doesn't have any doubled pawns.
Okay. Do you consider
There's no open
white's...
files.
hold on, Tickerino here, because we are about to get onto something important. Would you prefer white's position to be having the pawn on g4 or back on h3?
I like it on g4 because of where the king is at. On g2, the rooks can slide over to the h file.
But my good friend, you are contradicting yourself now. You were telling me that white had double pawns and that's not good. And now you're telling me that you actually prefer it doubled rather than straight. So which one is it then?
Well, it's the second one. I like them doubled. I love them doubled.
Right. Okay. So
Final answer. Yeah.
shall log that in? Do we log
Okay.
that answer in, Mr. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So rewind the tape to the very beginning.
Okay.
Who is better? Who is better? Why? What are the respective plans? And take your time because although I keep on making you speak, but in reality, to answer all of these will take noticeable amount of time.
Okay. I'll make dad sounds to fill the since this is live. I'll just
Yeah.
yeah. Is black to move?
Yes.
Okay. Talking out loud or thinking out loud. Because black has basically no way to activate their bishop currently without starting some long string of pawn breaks. They only have the white squared or the light squared bishop, and basically all but two of their pawns are on light squares. So it's really ineffective. Because of their exceedingly long pawn chain, their rooks are basically useless right now too. So all they really have is the knight and the queen, and a pending attack on the h file potentially. So I don't like black's position. I feel like the only thing, they have to get something moving in order to not be so congested, and they have to maintain defense on that king side. So,
right. What is black's next move, brother?
Pawn break on the f file? No.
I like the no. The no is very good there.
Yeah.
What I also do like, however, is the pawn break. Ironically, I had a very recent chess lesson with an incredibly handsome fella which I published on YouTube, by the way, about pawn breaks.
I saw that. I'm always appreciative when you publish my lessons. Um,
So what is the most
okay.
obvious pawn break here for black, my good man? Without
B
the second hesitation, that is.
B4.
Thank you. By the way, this is the textbook case to teach the concept of pawn chains determining the side of play that then people misunderstand and abuse all the time. So your pawn chain with white is pointing this way. So your area of attack or plan or play, call it whatever you like, is here. Black's pawn chain is pointing this way. Therefore, their area or designed attack should be taking place on the queen side. That's how the pawn structure tells you where to play. The problem with this concept is that people tend to apply it in a lot of cases where the most important criteria is not present, which is that the position is closed and the pawn structure is interlocking. Meaning that the pawns are hugging each other, or like, I don't know how to word it better than interlocking pawn chains, which creates a completely unbreachable barrier, making central play totally impossible.
Right.
These are the positions where the pawn chain immediately points you to the side of play. So yes, b4 is the plan, then moving the bishop out of the way, then put the rook on the b file, take on c3, penetrate on b2. That's a plan. Another plan, I forgot to set it with black to move. Another plan would be to play b4, then defend it, and then play a4, and then play a3. This is the ultimate undermining of a pawn chain when you manage to attack the very base of the entire chain. That by definition means that you are going to eke out some kind of a compromise with regards to the chain. It's no longer going to be as strong as chains are. Because if I engage here, you take here. And now protected pass pawn plus new target down here. If I take b4, you can then take b2. Same story, protected pass pawn, open file on the c file, yada yada yada. And by the way, we are now inching closer to turning your worst bishop into white's greatest nightmare. Right? So this is black's plan. Right? What is white's?
Well, using the logic that you just gave, my pawn structure is pointing straight at the king side. I have the open H file with 2 rooks being able to slide over there eventually if I have all the moves I want. I have a knight that can go to g5. Currently, my queen is also aimed at that side of the board. And the king has virtually no protection outside of that knight on the F file. So
moves and plans, please, or the other way around, I don't mind.
I am wondering, so I think I start by rook h1 is my first.
Very good. Okay, so after rook h1, b4, what's your next? Excuse me.
Now you're attacking my pawn chain.
Well, you knew it was coming, so that was not something that caught you by surprise, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it's not. But you gave black all their moves without.
Yeah, I kind of helped you out there, but I wanted, because I'm a beautiful human just like yourself, I left the harder part of the equation, which is the white plan for you.
It's like you're trying to make me better or something. I get it. Okay, so
that may be a byproduct of me talking nonsense all day long.
No.
Which piece of yours,
Okay.
Matt, is the most ill-equipped to do harm to the to the black king?
My bishop.
Bingo. You could have said the rook too, right? But that's an obvious fix. You just double up, yeah? So that's easy
Right.
peasy.
Yeah.
But the bishop
Mhm.
is extremely inadequate currently to contribute in any way, shape, or form to the king side attack. Fix it.
Knight G5.
How is that going to help your bishop?
Oh, no, I take that back. Bishop D1.
Bingo, my
Right?
friend. Absolutely, bishop d1.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
go bishop c2, which is going to enable us ultimately, at the very latest after doubling on the h, a pawn move. No matter which it is, it's going to have absolutely brutal consequences for black. So now I'm going to play a few airy-fairy moves for black to make it more effective for white. It doesn't matter really where you go. And now, ta-da. Now, if g6 comes, then we have got now easy access with the queen incoming. Knight g5 is actually game winning because now they can't defend us. What do we do against h6?
Taka.
Come again?
Rook
Oh,
takes
tak.
H6.
Right, so the baby version is g5 because we have the hook and we can bite into it. Shout out to the double pawns. Yeah?
Yeah.
But rook h6, gh, queen h6 looks absolutely terminal. What is black's only move there to stop mate?
After rook takes H6?
No, after this. But I'm not setting it up
Oh.
because you need to calculate.
Yeah. Knight H7. No. Nope. 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 That's still mate. Queen F6. No, that's take. No.
Ay, 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 ay.
Dang.
Ay, 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 ay.
Just stop, mate.
Chat says knight g6, which stops the mate but doesn't stop the incoming catastrophe. Mr. Kingslayer in the house tells you to make space. That is always a wise way to go.
Oh.
The king wants to go one of these two places. Since it's mate on h8, making space on f8 makes no sense. So you want to vacate f7.
Yeah.
So f6 or f5, yeah? So take.
F6. Yeah.
And then f6.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we... What is the cleanest win for white here, buddy?
How is that not... Oh, yeah. No, yeah, because the king...
You were not going to ask how this is not mate now, were you?
No, that's why I didn't ask it. I stopped myself.
You are testing my attention, man, so well. I should hire you, man, just to keep me on focused. Coach, come on, stay on task.
The cleanest win.
Clean as a whistle, brother, is what we are after. Chat is getting really excited about a beautiful attacking pattern. That's not mate B Concord, because then after knight h4 the king can go to h6. Sorry, I'm talking to my chat. dude is typing in a very exciting line. And I wanted to respond to him because he deserves some credit. Yeah, that's correct. So
Bishop G6.
don't say that. What if I take?
I'm tired.
No, not allowed to be.
I'm not allowed to be tired. Okay.
Bishop G6 is really not good because takes, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I think, okay, so Queen H8 check.
So Mr. B Concord, I can't say, Mr. B recommended here. By the way, so if you are in this position in a tournament and you can't calculate the four's mate because it's not that simple, you just take this man. The queen has no queen moves that would offer a queen trade, so it has to bugger off, right? And at that point, you just play knight g5, cutting off the square, and queen mate is unstoppable.
Yeah.
This is the caveman way to win this if you don't want to calculate. The beautiful variation here is this check. Because if knight takes, then you have mate in 1. So it forces king takes, which lures the king out from this awkward spot. And here Mr. B Concord recommended the line check, 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 and mate. And as far as I'm concerned, this guy should deserve a gifted sub from someone who is in the house, but no one is in the house at the moment. So maybe one day he will get one. That is a beautiful line. Right. Beautiful. So finally, after this very big detour, my question to you is, now that we've established the respective plans, who is better and why?
White is, because it has an incredible attacking plan, and really all black can hope for here is a pawn break where I shuffle my rook backwards and forwards.
Well, I wouldn't underestimate the power of the pawn break that I showed to you. That's a really, really nasty plan if you don't have anything to show for with white. Thank you, D4, for the follow. So don't underplay the importance of this, but you also need to be able to measure up the two against one another and conclude, as you have correctly, that that is airy-fairy compared to the punchiness of white's attack. And so the correct call is that white is indeed in a lot more promising position than, thank you, Raider, for the YouTube sub, than black. And that's the correct call. Also note, Matthew, which is a little bit less scientific, but it's always worth observing, that when you have a certain plan that is designed to attack your enemy king, and they have their own plan, which in turn is trying to exploit positional weaknesses or trying to create a positional weakness, then you are already ahead in the sense that if your attack succeeds, the game is over. If their attack succeeds, they found a favorable position to be in, right? Like, we're not fighting for the same thing here. And that needs to be taken into consideration, because, yeah, those things do play a role. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, Matt, is that I'm going to show you a similar, very strikingly similar position, in fact. And your job will be to tell me the differences. And the same thing, well, obviously, the plans will be very similar. And you tell me who you prefer and why. The story is going to be, again, black to move. You are going to be with the white pieces, though. In fact, because of your memory is better than anyone's I've ever seen in my life, you are going to exactly tell me what the difference is between this position and the one I just showed you. Did you know that elephants have amazing memories?
Wait, is that a fat? Are you calling me fat? Is that?
No, I just wanted to say that you have better memory than an elephant. But then I thought that if you don't know the fact that elephants have good memories, you might take it as an insult rather than a compliment. So I backpedaled from saying that. But then I thought that for curiosity's sake, I will throw this in. Did you know that elephants have brilliant memories?
I do know that, yes.
Right, yeah, so, well, I wanted to say that Matt is now going to show us that he has better memory than an elephant. But
Yes.
luckily, you went full snowflake on me, so here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna be happy to stop coaching me, aren't you?
Not at all. I will miss you dearly. Well, I have to
The
say,
bishops are
I
gone.
didn't expect the snowflake comeback, so that definitely caught me off guard. Of all people, you coming at me with that sissy angle, come on, man.
The bishops are gone. Coach Andras,
Holy
the bishops are
Moses.
gone.
I'm
Um,
not gonna be taken for that, right, brother? Man up. Man up. By the way, now that I'm looking
oh,
at you,
shit.
yeah, I think we could include a fitness regimen to this chess business. Yeah, absolutely. Suck it up, princess.
Touche, touche,
No,
touche,
I'm joking, man.
touche.
I'm joking.
No, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
Fuck.
You ain't wrong. Uh,
So, what are you
no,
what are
uh,
you benching at the moment, brother? And don't you dare to
uh,
talk to me in stones and pounds and that bullshit. Like, get rid of with that stuff. Write a letter to Trump now. I don't understand why you do that, by the way. That's a disgrace.
hey, though, on a real note, the one thing that I still I don't get the metric system when it comes to weight. But I'll tell you one thing that I am upset that the U.S. doesn't use is uh, y'all's paper system, like A4, A5.
Oh, you don't
I
use
love
that?
it. No, we use letter and legal and all kinds of stuff that are just random numbers that don't make any sense. Like the fact that A4 is, if I'm not incorrect, two A5s is equal to the width of an A4, and then so on and so forth, like down the line. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just makes sense. All of the
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's all whole numbers and no, we like letter is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. Who decided that was the thing? I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah,
um,
like the whole thing that you took on board that nonsense is, yeah, absolutely unbearable. But back to the question,
yeah,
buddy, you're not dodging this bullet.
yes.
What are you benching exactly in kg?
Um, I think I can do like two push-ups. Bro, I haven't lifted since the military, which was like 12 years ago.
Well, to be honest, you are forgiven because you have got 4 children. That is definitely a good way to not have a gym
Yeah,
membership because you're spending your
man,
life in their gyms. Um,
preach. Yes. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. What about you, Coach Andras? You can't put me on the hook and you not be on the hook. What are you
I,
benching nowadays?
solid 80 for several sets. I,
Kilograms?
I, yeah, I don't really go above 80 because I'm afraid of injury.
Yeah,
But I can do like 10 reps, like 3 sets back to back into 80 without any
just
problems.
killing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You got to be fit, man. You got to be fit.
I have no idea how many pounds 80 kilograms is, but I'm proud of you.
Uh, I will look that up for you while you tell me how this position is now different in evaluation.
Okay. Um,
It's 176.37 pounds.
okay. All right. That's more than just the that's a couple of 45s on there, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess it's not they're not 45s in kilograms.
Look, the way I see life, Matt, is that if you can't bench your own body weight, you don't count as a man.
That I
That's
guess I'm just
that's
a
it.
boy
That's
then.
it.
I'm a
Except,
I'm just a I'm a
except,
38-year-old boy.
hold on. Except if you can father 4 kids, that is a different kind of a
Oh,
man.
okay. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I get man points for that. All right. Um, well, the first thing I notice is that I feel like it's not a whole lot different for black. Just because their bishop was so useless anyway. They still potentially have a pawn break, but I mean, not potentially. They still could go with the pawn break. I think the biggest difference is probably for me in that I can't swing my bishop around to help me on the H file. Um, but I still feel like it's better for white.
Is it though?
Simply,
Hello, Sam.
Hi,
Thank
simply,
you.
everybody.
simply because I still have the attack. Again, maybe um, it's not as attractive without the bishop on B1, H7 diagonal, but I still feel like white is better.
I think there is a bit of an optimism talking out of you here, because if you really think about the change and what that means in terms of practicality, we removed an incredibly potent attacker versus a piece of poo on the board. Like the black bishop on a6 contributed neither to the defense for black nor the attack for black on the queen side, right? So we removed the best, well, or potentially one of your best attackers versus the worst piece on the board for black. So the impact of that has to be tremendous. Now, yes, you still remember also that it's black to move. So, which I forgot to casually add, but I'm good that way. So if we start with b4, rook h1, you are going to find out very, very quickly that I am there, buddy. Yeah. I am there.
Yeah.
And yes, Queen c2 now sets up the threat, but now I was about to say shoot is going to go down because I don't have to engage here. Now I clogged up your h file with the umbrella pawn. If you go check, I just hide, and you are falling apart here big time, brother.
Yeah.
Now I didn't hold no bias here. Like I just went to ham on both plans for white and black. So I used no brain, only pure testosterone for both sides. But that did not work out too well for white.
Yeah.
Right? So I think the correct evaluation of this is that both sides now have very fair chances to damage the other. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair assessment. You need to be very clear on what your plans are, what their plans are, and take it from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to change this again. I'll do it until you get bored shitless and you just run away from this. Basically, that's my agenda. How am I doing?
I can't get bored with you. Kidding?
Oh man, that was the sweetest compliment ever.
Dude, I have an a famous international master.
Oh, dude, I have got the best story for you. I actually need to repeat this maybe in a YouTube video, but this is the best ever. Let me just set up the position so that I can distract you with the story while you're looking at the position so that you will give wrong answers again and I can celebrate.
Okay, now you're just telling everybody all your secrets, man. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. So here's the story, right? It's hilarious. It really is hilarious. So last Friday, or the Friday before, I don't know because I'm a good storyteller. I go out with my family for a dinner, right? We go to this Korean resto that we quite like. It's a tiny place, like holding about 20 guests tops, right? And the whole front of the restaurant is windows, by the way, so you can see in. And as we rock up, before even entering, I can see that it's chokers, like full. With no chance. But I'm like, whatever. I go in and I ask for a table for free. And the lady says that, sorry, we are full. And as I do that, from the corner of my eye, I see a bloke looking at me and clearly seeking eye contact. And I'm like, this dude is tall. I don't want to punch up. I don't know what his story is, but he looks friendly. Right? It didn't look like the aggressive kind of eye contact. Yeah. And I'm still liaising with the waitress of maybe we can hang around for 5 minutes to 10 and see if someone buggers off and we can take their table. And the dude is just like looking, and then stands up and starts walking towards me. And I'm like, here we go, baby. And so as soon as I finish my talk with the waitress, he approaches me and he goes like, you're ChessCoachAndras, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, can I have a photo with you? And I'm like, oh, baby! Yes! I didn't do any of this, but that's what goes on inside. Awesome. That's about like the 5th or the 6th time in my life when I was recognized in public. And by public, I mean in a non-chess environment. Like, right? So I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's take a photo. So his missus jumps up, grabs her phone, and takes a photo with the two of us, smiling into the camera. Oh, gee, oh, fine. So the dude walks away, and at the same time, a table group just stands up, about to leave, right? And I'm like, oh, double win, we are about to have a table too. And from that table, a lady, aged about 60, I would say, comes up to me, very heavily made up, dressed in a very, I don't know, let's leave that out of the story. Attractive, we will go with that way, despite her age. And she comes up to me and she goes like, excuse me, I'm sure that you are very famous, but I don't recognize you. Who are you? And I'm like, oh, that just killed it, man. That just killed it. Oh, she goes, I'm sure you are famous, but I don't recognize you. Who are you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what would I say now if I tell her I'm chess coach Andras?
Your chess master coach.
She will be like, Andrew, who the is that? So I'm just, I didn't see a way out, so I just told her, you know what, I'm really not that famous. Like, a few people know me, but that's about it.
Too modest. Stop it.
Oh man, like dagger in the heart. She goes like, but I don't recognize you.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Did you at least get her table though?
Booyah. Booyah.
Okay. All right.
Booyah. Absolutely. And my family was teasing me throughout dinner for that. Time of my life. Okay. Yeah. What's the difference between this and the previous one, brother?
The pawns on A and B are...
Oh, Tindy in the house. Sorry, I need to recognize my favorite followers on the YouTube.
No, you could. Hi, famous followers on YouTube.
Yeah. Tindy is blowing his own trumpet, and that's a multiple layer joke there, because he goes by a certain name in a certain industry that might be 18 plus. Anyway, back to chess. As you can see, I have got quality friends and followers.
That's good.
Not simple-minded at all. Like we are not homed in on a certain area of interest at all. So, sorry, I completely got sidetracked. What is the main difference?
Black's pawns on A and B are horrible.
Back at home, right?
Yeah.
So what is the conclusion we draw from that compared to the previous position?
White is better because now black doesn't have the pawn break.
Correct. So we are preferring heavily white here, right? Because we are going to go ham with the attack that we discussed before, without having to concern ourselves of the damage black is capable of inflicting upon us on the other side of the board. Yeah, so without even playing out any plans, we are clearly clear on... Wow, clearly clear. English is Englishing big time. That white is definitely rocking it. Now, I have a final challenge for you, and I'm going to turn it into a bit of a semi-blindfold exercise. And the reason why I do that is not because I'm a great coach who likes to, throw in a curveball every now and then to test your knowledge, but because I'm lazy to undo the board and reset it again. Right? Just don't tell me I'm not being honest. So picture now the same position with the white king down on G1, the G2 pawn back at G2, the G3 4 pawn back on G3. So all the G pieces go one down, and the black pawns are up on A5 and B5 already. Jesus, my arrows are Hikaru level. Yep, so the black pawns are back on A5, B5. Our king is back on G1, the pawn is on G2 and G3. How does that change the eval?
That swings it way in black's favor, in my opinion, because my rooks are, they're moves and moves away from getting any kind of activation, and that pawn storm has the potential to just bust everything open. I mean, my yeah, I mean, I basically only have my knight and my queen. My knight has to get out of the way to a square somewhere to activate at least one of my rooks.
Yeah.
Which even then it's multiple moves. So yeah, it swings
Correct.
in black's favor.
Correct. So in the final position where the king is back on g1 and the pawn is on g2, it takes 7,000 years for you to get to the h file, and consequently, we are going to get gutted on the queen's side.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. That was the first part of the lesson, kind sir. And now what we are going to do is that I'm going to look at some of your recent masterpieces.
Always my favorite part.
How are we feeling about that?
Good. I learn a lot when you analyze my games.
That is it, my friend. The game analysis is the way to go. The very special pronunciation was just a gift for you. All right, so you are white here, and you are absolutely murdering chess. All right. Can you tell me why you're taking this? Or rather, what's your thinking about... Obviously, you decided to take, so you need to contrast it with a move when you don't. So how do you come to the conclusion that it's preferable for you to take? In fact, that's your best move versus just developing a piece. Oh, Southern running the house, coming in with a sub. You should know my good friend that he's another student of mine. We just had a banger of a lesson with Southern Run.
Yeah, I actually messaged him on...
Oh, you two are gossiping about me behind my back. Classic, classic. Love the negative energy, right?
Only good things. Only good things.
Of course, of course. Nothing bad could be ever said about me. No, I'm joking, of course. No. You both are absolute legends, and that's serious.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Mostly him, but you too.
Okay, so now back to my terrible knight take. Yeah, so I think I played this game today, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was today. Yeah, I think this is anyway.
I never know the date, but well, in Australia it's already 6th. Yeah, yep, go on.
Yeah, taking the knight. I have a habit, I think, of just trying to get pieces, like trade pieces down.
Right.
I think.
So you are going to like this a lot, what I have to tell you, and Mr. Southern Run is going to nod secretly as he hears this out. I told him multiple times today that on club level chess, when people don't know what to do, they almost always default to trade, and almost always when they do that, it's inferior for them.
Okay.
Right? So you have absolutely no reason to prioritize take over just developing a piece. Additionally to that, it keeps the trade on the cards, which might invite your opponent to take, which is bad.
Because they're not developing.
Correct, and they are bringing your queen out, which now can't be kicked with a developing move. You would pay money for this. So what you do here is that you are preventing a potential mistake from your opponent, while you are strengthening their center, you're giving them a semi-open file. None of this is something you would want to do if you have better choices to make. Now, is it a mistake? No. Did you need to do this? Also no. Did you have better moves? Yes. That's the full pick.
Yeah.
Now, I don't dislike your bishop on d3, but there is a good case to be made for bishop c4 or to not to move your queen at all. And I'm told that the engine tells you that knight takes c6 is the best move here, which is why you never ever learn chess from the engine. And I'm not arguing even the value of the move, but we're never going to learn concepts from the engine. And yeah, let's not go there. Okay, bishop f4, yeah. I sort of dig it. Although, I must tell you that bishop-rook combo here is going to create a bit of discomfort.
Yeah, which it does.
That's a total potato move. All right. Okay, I also am not sure about this, by the way. I would have maybe played rook b8, queen a5, quickly trying to pile up here and leaving the diagonal open, because as soon as they clock it up, you can play for e5, and you should. So, can you tell me what's wrong with e5 here? And when I say wrong, I'm not even sure if anything is wrong with it, but there is a move that concerns me ever so slightly. Oh, what's the rating of the student? Sorry, it's not visible on the board. Mr. Klingerman Chess is currently 2470 in knowledge. Yeah. Chess.com devalued his rating to 1035 because they don't know how to adjust the correct rating to the student. But don't worry, totally. We will get it fixed.
Coach Andras, I can't see what move.
Where is this knight going to jump, brother? Because it is going to jump.
G4.
That is a possibility, but that wouldn't concern me too much. My concern, my friend, is this, which happens to hit the dark squared bishop, which is your key piece in holding things together and claiming the upper hand. This was my concern. Because if this trade happens, I'm not excited about life. Maybe ED knight f4. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, queen f4. Maybe this is playable for white. But I don't know. If you have to trade queens, I'm not happy. And if you are dodging the queen trade here, then I don't know. The long-term prospects are unappealing to me. Yeah, we have a discovered attack on the queen, but I don't see any good utility of that. Or good way to cash in on that. Like, I can't take this because the queen is covering. You never want to touch that. So, and now rook b8, queen b4 is really coming quick, and black is dominating the dark squares. Yep. Oh my god. Chat just says, Mr. Gregory Harrington, no less, that he seems like, as in me, like a Gotham kind of style player. And that always fills me with mixed feelings, whether I should take that as a compliment or something else altogether.
He said I seem like a Gotham style player?
No, I do. No, and by the way, I have nothing against that. Levy actually does play quite often very enterprising chess. Very much so. So I will certainly take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to be commentating with Levy in the tournament. So we got paired for the 8 coaches got paired, and they all cover one day of the tournament, and I got paired with Levy.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that, actually. Apart from the fact that I start at 2 a.m. in the morning. That is a little bit...
Yeah, that's rough.
Ouch. No, I do like that. There's nothing wrong with Levy.
Are you on my day, Andras?
No, I don't think so. I am on the...
No, biscuits.
I am on the day after
you.
It's
probably better for you. It's probably... I'll let you watch my games, like... I guess you could still watch my games even though...
I think that I am the third day. So that's not your day. That's Pancake's day. House of Pancake.
Yeah.
Dude, you absolutely killed it, by the way. So as much as I was talking about the nuances and certain inaccuracies, when you have got this, I'm done, man. Like, you don't need a coach. And you need someone to give you cuddles and compliments and tell you that you are a rock star. Like, look at you absolutely killed this guy. What do I think of Levy's shameless clickbait? I tell you what I think about that. That he has got 47 million YouTube subscribers, and I'm barely crossing 50k at this rate by next year. So good on him. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I wish I had that. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait a tick. So here,
Yeah.
I am trying to think if we have got some Carnage Fest.
We do. So I did actually, I briefly analyzed this, and when I say briefly, just very quickly. And the first thing I thought was I shouldn't have waited. Instead of taking,
Yeah.
I should have played knight a4 first. And
Okay, I
I
dig
think
it.
that's what I should have played.
I dig it, but only if you can explain to me why knight a4 is so strong.
Well, because it dislodges the queen from that attack on b2, and it doesn't allow. Well, I say it doesn't allow. Once I take that knight, like black plays rook b8, at which point now, yes, I have the knight move, but there's still the rook and the bishop.
Actually, you don't have that knight move anymore because of bishop b2, but that doesn't answer my question. What is the greatest strength of knight a4? You are not going to be able to answer this unless you give me a precise line that continues with the black queen moving to a certain destination that you are going to determine, and then tell me what white will do after that.
Oh. Okay, I think I figured out the first part. Okay, so the first, it's the queen is trapped anywhere except, so knight a4, queen d4. Queen a5 check and mate. No, because the queen can come back. The queen can come back and block the check. And then take queen and checkmate. Is that right?
Yep, that's it.
Dang, so close.
That's it, brother. You go here, and there's no way for the queen to cover this check.
Yeah. Man. I really do. You know what I thought about today, Andras? I thought about like just not streaming, but maybe recording YouTube videos, just because I feel like, and I could do it without recording, but just like this with you, like just thinking my moves out loud, it's so much different than when I play a game. Yeah. And I'm trying to calculate everything in my head.
Right.
It's like, yeah, that's insane. I can't believe I missed that.
It's not an easy concept, my friend. Like, by default, most people are hardwired to instant recaptures whenever they see a capture on the board. Like, to get out of instant retakes as a habit is already very difficult, let alone looking for, you know, a very aggressive mate attack. Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so you just blundered the game here, brother, like takes.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah. Fortunately, they didn't see it.
Well, because this is not a knee-jerk reaction that, oh my god, my queen is on, I have to move it. It's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't. Oh, hello. What? What was that, brother?
A knee-jerk reaction. Oh, there's a queen there.
I am not allowing you to miss things like this. You are banned.
I was a genius a second ago, and now I'm banned.
Oh, but cleverly also hanging the knight. That's a beaut. So we went from hero to zero here very, very quickly.
Very quickly. Very quickly.
Rapido, one could say. Rapido.
Rapido.
I think your Spanish pronunciation is a shed load better than mine. Okay, we're playing for
I did grow up in Southern California, so.
So you think that that might help you with that, hey?
Poquito.
A little bit, okay. Nice. Okay, I'm still thinking. So you have got a lot of queen moves that set up a basic one mover, right? Which is already quite obnoxious for black to deal with. So for example, queen e3, now we have got Matut scheme 1 incoming. Yeah, if they swing across here, even if I don't find anything better, which I very much hope I would, you have rook e7. And now they can't take because it's mate. But I do think that queen a7 is also very powerful. He's setting up an altogether different mate threat. But you must absolutely, Matt, here claiming the upper hand and trying to attack. This, whilst it might look to you as an attacking move, it isn't one because it forces your opponent to play this, which attacks your rook and threatens mate in 1. With other words, we are forcing our opponent to play good moves. Not interested. I want to force my opponent to play garbage moves, not good ones. You can't force garbage moves out of them when you're attacking a queen that now can capture a pawn with a mate in 1 threat. It's very difficult to get this wrong for black. Yeah? When they are here, it's a very easy to go completely astray here for black. As a matter of fact, I don't see how they do not go completely nuts here, because you have got 47 mate threats.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is subtle. That was casually ignored by the players on account of keeping the suspense up. You got to love it when people have hanging pieces, they kind of forget that mate is on. Your silence is so loud. Oh, and then that. And then we are winning. Ah! Bro, we are not queening?
Okay, so let me try to think. This is another reason why I want to record my games, is because so often I'm like, why did I not? I did calculate that.
The move you played is winning, for the record.
Yes, I did calculate it. What I did not think through was the fact that I think my focus was purely on black's side of the board, and I neglected to see that, yes, I queen, the rook takes, and then my queen just takes back. So because she's protected by the rook on d1. So to answer your question, I saw queening, and then I was like, well, no, because they could just take with the rook, not thinking, not looking at the whole board, I think was what I was thinking in the moment. So not a great answer for you. It doesn't make any sense, but
yeah, I always find it very difficult to offer you any productive feedback to not seeing that this rook is here.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not being here malicious or anything.
No,
I just don't know in such cases what to say other than it's there. Let me highlight it for you right there, so it does cover it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest douchebag answer I can give you. So I often just go
it's not.
well.
What you don't understand is I am way harder on myself than you could ever be. Like, not like seeing that now. I'm like, I was an idiot. That's all that is.
Yeah, the irony is that we have been officially, I don't know, in reality too, working on forced mating sequence like this. And now you hopefully begin to understand why I told you that this was your #1 priority.
Yeah.
Right?
I do. Yeah.
Mating 1. Like, these are the things, Matt, that I'm very hardcore about, that you cannot miss mate in 1. I don't care if you are promoting to 700 queens, and I don't care if this is also mate. Mate in 1 can't be missed.
Right.
Because that is the goal of the game, to checkmate your opponent's king. I don't want to give you here a dating analogy, because that would go very quickly out of hand. But you get to the point of missing this is the equivalent of missing what, right? Like, come on, man. Like, it is not missable.
Right.
Radio. I take the W. The missing mate in 1 on receiving end and then giving end as well was a very unique charm, or added a unique charm to this game. I would have preferred to not see either of those, but hey, that is what makes this contest very interesting, because the more you manage to shred those mistakes, the more likely you are going to succeed. Do you have visual of the next game? Okay. Okay, what is the only move that you shouldn't play here? And don't say queen d6.
Takes.
Takes is very questionable indeed. Perhaps if I ask you this question first, what is the most obvious move we should play here? And then we will kind of reverse engineer the mistake. We are all, for chat, we're looking at 1000 rated games throughout this lesson, because Matt is in that range, and consequently the opponents are too.
Yes. The most obvious move?
Yeah.
E6.
That's the blunder that you made.
Ah.
That's the most unobvious move to make, because that closes your bishop in, right?
Bishop f5.
Thank you. So let's clear up the format. The biggest reason why people play the Caro-Kann instead of the French, apart from having no other way to express their midlife crisis and their reluctance to play proper openings, is because in the Caro-Kann, at least you have a bishop to work with, which you don't have in the French, right? Like, from here on out, you are regretting you played the French, because if this guy keeps on telling you, what about me? And the best answer we have to them is, don't worry, I have the other 3. Which I'm sure, as a father of 4, you can relate to. Like, dark sheep, the other 3 will do. But in the Caro-Kann, my friend, you have this bishop that loves to go out here, and then you play e6, and then you don't have that problem. So what you are doing here, and I really don't mean to hurt your feelings, but since you are now playing c5 in 2 moves, but you still play e6 and block your bishop in, you are now playing a tempo down French.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
again, I don't want to give you analogies, but that's the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
Right? So that is like an absolute catastrophe, but for your whole life. And yet your opponent manages to take c5. So definitely, man, you have nothing else here to play but bishop f5. Nothing else makes sense. And then e6, and then develop the rest. Benguela coming in with a sub is strong. Right, moving on. Good, good. I don't dislike this move. I was just thinking about potential alternatives. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this trade, because on the one hand you hand down a bishop, but on the other you are reuniting their pawns. Let me go back to this for a second. I mean, one thing that occurred to me is just to play normal chess and just play knight f6 and then put this here and then castle. And then play knight e4 and take this pawn. Just do the most normal stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
That's somewhat sensible. I don't know about this, Matt. And I'll tell you why. Because I want to castle. And when I castle, I solve the problem of the pin. So unless they kill me on the pin now, I don't need to deal with it. Now you might have a very good case for I'm actually dying on the pin. So now I'm forced to play bishop d7. And then this may happen. And I don't know how we evaluate this. I actually don't dislike it for black at all. Because again, as intimidating as it looks, there's no way to put more pressure on here. And after castles, you will just kick the bishop and you are golden. D4 is going to prove to be a weakness. But okay, I kind of get why you played bishop d7. So let's go with that. Good. What the heck? What?
So that was actually
a mouse slip.
That was a mouse slip. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I meant to right click and draw the arrow, and yeah.
Why are you drawing arrows when you're playing a game?
It just helps me visualize stuff.
Don't do that. I honestly think that you shouldn't do that for many, many reasons.
Okay.
And the incident that happened is one of them.
Yeah.
I would have preferred castles anyway, by the way.
Okay.
And then get cute afterwards. So you no longer wanted to rectify the slip.
No.
Okay.
It was partially because I had already screwed up and I didn't want to have to move it twice.
Fair.
So I thought bringing my queen out was better.
Yeah, except I'm not sure if you're bringing your queen into harm's way or not, because exactly this sequence concerned me a little bit. Okay, so here or here?
The engine liked cheese.
I don't care about the engine, and you really should stop looking at your games with the engine. It does not do any good for your chess, man. I have a YouTube video about this, by the way, which you should watch, about how to use your engine, and the way you are using it is not conducive to chess improvement, because what you are doing here is that you're not learning from your mistake. The way you would learn from this is if you looked at the evaluation of the move that you played, and the engine gives you a question mark for this, and then you go back like, oh, okay, let me, not the engine, let me find out what I was supposed to do instead. That way, you are thinking you are fixing your own mistake. Instead of looking at the engine who tells you queen g6 and you learned absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because 99% of the times people go like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And you're like, actually, no. You didn't do the mental process of identifying your own mistake, which is that you are hanging a pawn, and then fixing it by finding a superior square for the queen, where it's not going to damage your pawn structure at all, and gets out of harm's way. Right, so yeah, queen f5 is just a basic I take, they take, I take process that we fail to, I think, conduct altogether. So I thought that the reason why we went with this rook was because you wanted to pull the bishop all the way back here to get out of dodge.
That would have made sense.
Yeah, otherwise I would have preferred to bring the other rook to e8. But that's a little issue. The bigger issue here is that your pieces are awkwardly hanging.
Yeah, and honestly, from this point on, the game was like my position changes very little because it was just
Okay,
I
so
found I didn't put anything anywhere.
this is, Matt, what you're doing here with black is one of the greatest mysteries of how club levels players' minds work, and I never ever will reconcile with this in my mind because I think it is such an obvious thing to understand. What is hanging right now? Like, what material are we losing if I just leave everything on right now? If you said something, I didn't hear it.
The rook.
No, you're not losing the rook. You are losing an exchange. Because they take the rook and you take a bishop. You're not losing a rook. You are losing an exchange. What material are you losing if you move the rook? You are losing a piece. Which one is more, a piece or an exchange? A piece. So as soon as this move lands on the board, the only thing you know 100% is that you are not touching the rook. That is the only thing that we are definitely committed to. Now, since you doing nothing actually loses a full rook, because after take your bishop hangs too, you are moving the bishop. And if you are not moving the bishop but the rook, I'm like, that's even maths. That this is 2 points, that one is 3. 3 is more than 2. Don't lose 3 when you can choose to lose 2. Additionally to that, now after take, the knight is hanging, which means that you're going to get a pawn too. Plus this bishop is turning into a monster considering the insane potential on the weak light colored complex. If you play this game from this position against the same rated guy as you, I would rate your chances at least 50-50. At least. Despite the material discrepancy. Because the position is so wildly imbalanced and there are so many tactical opportunities that the material is the least relevant factor that separates the two sides here. Right? Instead, we just go like, hey, do you want to be a piece up for absolutely zero compensation? Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Like, you can resign this right now. If I played this game against myself, I would score 100 games out of 100 with white. If I played this scenario against myself 100 times, I would botch this about 20 times at least with white. And the lower you go on the lating radar, the more even score you would get out of this. Because converting this for humans is hard.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it seems so obvious when you...
It doesn't seem. It is obvious. Yeah, the rest of this was ugly.
Yeah, it was... I struggled after that.
One more thing, and you're not going to like the sound of this. You resigned here, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And I totally second that. In a training environment, you want to save time. You're dead, you botched this. You almost, I would feel like you don't deserve to play this. Just go on to next. You lost. Mm-hmm. Not in the tournament, brother. In the tournament, you're playing this out.
Okay.
Because wilder things have happened on this level than black winning this. And you are quite creative. You have got your head screwed on. You can make things happen.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we're not going to look at this because you won a game in 9 moves to a Royal Fork. And that is a little bit low level chess for us to consider as learning material.
But it'll make me feel good.
Matthew, I love the fact that you absolutely demolished this otherwise hugely capable chess player in 9 moves with no less than a stunner of a royal fork. I don't think that the audience could put up with the visual beauty that this game represents. So in order to preserve them from that, I don't even know what they like, overload of beauty, right? We are going to refrain from looking at that.
Okay, that's great. I love it.
Right, that's like going on 7 days back to back with Sydney Sweeney and the rest of her family or whatever floats your boat. Like, we can't just possibly bear the possibility of that. It's too much. It's the same game except reverse colors, right? No, we won this game. It's the same rubbish.
Calculation.
Parker just said it, brother. All right, I have loaded the game so you have visual, right? Oh. By the way, I'm getting seriously hungry. I need to take a lunch break after this. I haven't had food. Man, you played this twice back to back. Next time you play e6 in the Caro-Kann without putting this bishop out here, you must, I repeat, you must buy 4 cans of energy drinks and feed them to your children at 9 p.m. Okay? That's it.
Okay.
That will be a reminder.
That's going to motivate me to never do that.
That will do it, right?
Yeah.
Good. Also, same goes for taking this.
Yeah.
Releasing tension, giving up center. We have had this conversation multiple times. We don't release tension unless we benefit from it. Your benefit is that you allowed your opponent now to develop their knight to this beautiful square. That's the literal equivalent of feeding energy drinks at 9 p.m. to all 4 of your children.
Yep.
The fact that they took back with the knight means that they should also do the same. Good. I would have taken this back with the bishop, with the pawn any day of the week, because this allows you to obtain a large chunk of the center. This is an illusion that this is a tempo on the queen because they will play bishop b5 and we're going into trades. Which is not bad, by the way. Like, I'm not saying that you made a mistake. I'm saying that the other one would have been a lot more fun.
So, Coach, could you go back for just a sec? Sorry, to that, to bishop d7.
Yeah.
Where so knight takes.
Yeah. I'm all ears, Chief.
Okay. Well, I was just so then does do I even need to play bishop d7 if I'm just going to take back with the pawn anyway?
Yeah, because it's hanging and I prefer you not losing material unless you have to.
Okay.
Like, hello, is this hanging? Yes.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, you do.
The pawn is protected when I retake it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I also don't like taking this. Not yet, anyway. Because I feel like these two are so clumsy. First of all, now the queen is glued to the defense of the bishop. So anytime you kick it, it's going to struggle with where do I go where I am hugging everybody efficiently. It's almost like a parental dilemma when you have got 4 kids. Which one do I give the first goodnight hug first,
I'm actually going to make a note of that. I'm going to make a note of that because that is something that I've noticed in a few of my game analysis is that without that queen, the bishop is totally hanging. So chasing her off.
Let me show you.
She's just going to struggle.
A very realistic / actually, this could have been the game scenario. You go h5, which people don't tend to even look at because, oh my god, where will I castle? It's like, what does it matter if we win the game in the next 5 moves?
Yeah.
But for that, you have to calculate. And the calculation goes like this. If they go back here, you push the pawn again. They go back here, you push the pawn again. And now you are ripping, man, because if they take this, hello. Whereas if they don't, but they play here, then you have gained a marveloso diagonal for your bishop, my friend. And now we are hurting white every which way.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever you look, something is on fire in white's position. The king is stuck in the middle. You are fully developed. The queen is awkwardly jammed in. The bishop does bugger all. You also had queen b6 here, by the way, to hurt this. Like, you name it, you are just bullying the crap out of this guy. And that's because their pieces are just very awkwardly relying on each other.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm good. Okay, please tell me you played f6 here. If you played f6, I will be a proud coach. Booyah, baby! That's it. What? You did that, as in your opponent. Alright, so now queen c7 seems to be winning the pawn immediately because of the pin, right? Jerry Prez! Hey, welcome in. Okay, I'm digging this, Matt. I'm digging it. What is that?
You remember how you told me 2 coaching sessions ago to not defend against shadow attacks?
Yeah, I do. Do you?
I happened to forget that during that move.
Yeah, one of us forgot that, and it wasn't me. Funny how that works. Yeah, like, you just told your opponent, oi, I'm gonna rip your head off in the center. And they went like, yeah, go for it. And we go like, I changed your mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to do that. That's too good. Nah, we don't want to win that easily. So one thing that I would recommend you to do to tackle this problem is this magical thing called calculation, where they go here and you take this. That hangs a queen. And that's the end of the story. Queen trade, and you have got a pawn up winning endgame. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's when I am too lazy to even calculate anything at all. I just went full on caveman and I just took the free pawn. Yeah. And I didn't look at anything at all that was remotely aggressive, like g5 ideas here or whatever. I just went like free pawn, thank you. Give me the game. This is good. So now game is over again after queen e7 rook e8. We're just winning a piece. Hello? We are winning a piece. Everyone at home? Or the light is on but no one is at home? What is happening? Why are we forcing our opponent to defend that bishop? I don't get that. Oh, you wanted f2. Okay, I think you are going very cute, but yeah, like call me crazy, free piece, man. I take it. Like when you get to take a free piece with check, if you want to get cute with this better rip into them like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah, like threatening mate in one or something like that.
Yes, at that level of punch. Yeah, so in this competition where the goal is to win rather than scoring a beauty prize, you take the bugger with check any day of the week and then you accept the congratulatory words from your opponent and your coach. This was really not the time to go cute. Also, what on earth is this move, man? Like, this should have never ever been a candidate in this position. I would like to emphasize this, a candidate. Meaning, you should not have considered it at all, let alone the move you execute. Like, why are we looking at this bishop right now? Show me the piece that is currently not playing. I didn't hear you, sir.
Rook on a8.
So, if you are not looking at rook e8 mat as your first candidate, you are not playing this game. It's as simple as that. Like, you are not part of your own game if this is not your first candidate. The only piece that is out of play can join the attack with a tempo on a bishop. And since it's so obviously the best move, you never come to looking at this. Because you are already committed to this, which is the most principled, most logical, most obvious, best move. And it takes about 0.9 seconds with your chess skills to establish that.
Yeah, and the bishop's not even in any danger.
Not only that, but it actually supports you to go for the mate attack. Like, if you ask me, someone showed me this position and went like, this was played by the legend himself, Klingerman Chess, guess what he played here with black? This would not have been in my first 20 guesses. Not a chance. I would have guessed all rook moves. Rook here, rook here, rook here, like all kinds of d4 to open up the t-file. Anything. Like, this would not have ever occurred to me that you would play that move because it just doesn't fit the bill.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah, like we just deactivated one of our best pieces for no reason. I very strongly dislike this mat. You won't believe what my preferred move is here.
Rook f8.
Why not E? Isn't this a pin?
Oh. Yeah.
Bingo. I don't dislike rook f8 either, by the way, so either or I'm happy with. Mr. Parker just said something very nice to you. He says that if you make a retreating move, you need to write a 10-page explanation as to why. He's wrong. It should at least be 25 pages, but the essence is the same.
Hey, you guys, I don't need your help giving Coach Andras punishments for me.
But see, no. But there is a something here that you need to take on board. It was not personal. It was for anyone.
I don't take any of this personal.
No, but seriously, like anytime you see a retreating move, you go like, that's crap. That's your default setting.
Yeah. Okay.
And you take it from there, like, and then you find out why that may be the exception. Man, like, this attack is really not going your way. Like, why don't we go here, bishop f4, and penetrate on the d file, get close to the king, allow the pawn to advance, open up the bishop's diagonal. In what way, shape, or form is this going to help you to get to your target? Like, you're forcing my bishop back here where it fulfills defensive duties. You're making your opponent play moves you don't want them to play.
Yeah.
Go after the big targets, man. King, queen. Half of your opponents on this level will play queen d4 for right away losing the game. Instantly. The other half is going to be taking this pawn because, oh yay, that's a pawn. And they're going to get mated in about 2 more moves after e4, bishop incoming, pawn is promoting, knight can't move. Like, this looks like you are on a mission to absolutely demolish them, right?
Yeah.
Rook f4 looks like you are on a mission of, I don't know how I'm gonna win this. I really want you to have that confidence, oh God, in your play of like, this is looking like you're killing it. But the problem is that it was reliant on them blundering a piece in one move. In my case, we were in control. It didn't matter what they do. It was carnage fest. In your case, we are relying on mistakes from the opponent. I don't want that. Not when we are totally winning.
Yeah.
Turning on the cue again, are we? Matt, mate in 2, mate. No excuse. You know what your punishment is gonna be from here on out. I don't care. Don't care. If you have made in 2, it's made in 2 or 4 cans of Monster for your kids. You choose.
Understood.
No excuse, man. You know why? Because it tells me that you're not confident and that you're not calculating precisely. That's the point. It's not about me being anal about mating twos. It's about you and your skill set to proficiently, confidently be able to calculate. Because if you miss a mating two here, what are the odds that you are going to miss it in a competitive environment with 11 seconds on the clock? Far greater, right? And I don't want that. I want you to checkmate Magnus Carlsen with 2 seconds on your clock when it's mate in 5 and you pre-move the whole sequence. That's the goal. That level of confidence.
Yeah, that's good.
Because confidence is mastery. That you are confident only if you have this mastery skill, or you are a hack. But I don't think you are.
Yeah, that's good.
Mister, I am going to have to grab some tucker. So you have two choices. We continue the lesson with me having a 5-minute lunch break, or we're calling it now.
Let's call it now, because it is 11 o'clock my time. And
Okay. I mean, I'm going to stay on anyway, so it's your choice. It's just I'm going to do something slightly different.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you would like to go, and I understand, then perhaps we've done enough damage to your self-confidence today. On the contrary, we were boosting it, of course.
You boosted it.
Exactly.
Boosted it.
Exactly.
It's always a good lesson.
Indeed. So on that note, Senor, this very likely was our last outing before you go into this tournament.
I'm excited. I honestly feel like I feel like I have learned a lot.
Good.
I sent chess.com a super flattering quote about how awesome you've been. So
whoa!
Hopefully you get to see that.
Oh, so they might even recognize that I'm actually an existing human. That would be a change. Slight dig at them, but it is what it is. I mean, to be fair to them, the fact that they actually recruited me for this was already a very nice gesture.
Yes.
The first one, might I add, but nonetheless. Well, awesome.
If this is our last coaching session, then I appreciate everything you've done.
No, mate. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure that our future lives will intertwine again very soon. Where is the student from? The student is from the land of the awesomes. My chat is wishing you very best of luck with the tourney.
Thank you.
My one piece of advice for you, mate, and then I will let you go. And it's very difficult to follow because you are obviously going to be very nervous. Because you also will feel that you're representing to some degree me. But go there, have fun, and enjoy your games, man. Just treat them like any other game you play when no one is watching. And just have fun, enjoy the game, enjoy the attack, enjoy whatever you do best when you do it best. And the rest will follow. Which is obviously abundance of ladies, but other than that, obviously some wins. And if you lose one,
get me in trouble. I am married, coach.
Oh, sorry, wrong student, wrong student,
You're trying to get me in trouble.
wrong student. You play well, have fun. The victories, not victorious, the victories will follow. Okay. And if you lose one, so be it. We don't lose, we learn. And if you lose two, we learn two.
Yeah.
We were not training for this tournament, Matthew. We are training for life.
Love it.
And so
that's so good.
That's the attitude I want you to have, and then nothing can go bad. It can just go good or better.
It's good.
All right, Chief.
Love it.
On that note, I will let you go. And
right.
I will see if I can reset the camera so that I can stream a bit more. If not, I will just raid our crew away. Have a good one, man. Enjoy, and we will talk after.
Appreciate you, brother.
All righty. Have a good one, man. Best of luck. Cheerio. Bye. All right, ladies. Can I chuck on the camera? This is the big question now. Yes, I can. All right, so we can continue a little bit longer. I need to go and grab some tucker. So in the meantime, I don't take students for the purpose of video lessons, sir. I just decided to put it on because it was a bit of an expectation from coach champs to create content out of the coaching sessions, which I don't know if everyone did, by the way, but I did. But in general, I rarely publish private lessons. I'm looking at my phone because I'm trying to find quickly a puzzle. And very often it's... yeah, let me just find something cool. Twitter is always a good source. What's happening in your lives, ladies? Private video lessons. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's rough. It takes a lot of prep and all that to get it sorted. Okay, I will get you something difficult, but not overly rough. Okay, I lied. This is gonna be very hard, but I'm so hungry I can't be bothered looking for anything anymore. White to move, find the draw. Be right back. Alright, ladies, I'm back. But I will still have to eat a little bit. so forgive me for being a pig. Shite, I didn't make it warm enough. Oh, Tindy! Are you still here, brother? You played OTB? Can we see the games, brother? I would love to go through your games. Far out, man. White to move, and White is hoping for a draw here, yes. White's fight for a draw will only become apparent once you start to calculate. Yeah, I'm afraid our good friend Tindy is not here anymore. It is a beef pie, but it's one of the highest quality pies that we can find in Australia, because most Australian pies are just a useless pastry with some sauce in it that supposedly has mince, but in reality it doesn't. Whereas this one has full chunks of beautiful steak like this everywhere in it. It's actually quite expensive, but it's well worth the money because the sauce is, or rather the marinade of the meat is very nice, and it has a lot of meat in it. Jorge, hola. Are you an immigration to Australia? That is the most beautiful English sentence I've seen all day. No, I'm an immigrant to Australia. Am I an immigration to Australian? I'm sorry, I shouldn't make fun of you, but that was funny. Yeah, I'm a migrant. There are some countries on the planet where migration works. Australia is one of them. Send him back. Yeah, too late, buddy. I have never been told the classic, well, it's not even racist, but the classic slur of go back to your own country. That was never said to me in my life. Which usually as an immigrant you get at least once, depending on what crowd you are mixing with and what kind of things you say. Highest world inflations. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Are you confusing Australia with Afghanistan? Do I ever miss Hungary? Well, Hungary is a very complex word in that sentence. I miss a lot of things from Hungary. Yes. But am I also very happy that I'm here and not there? Yes. In ways I am, in other ways not so much. So it's a complex question. So ladies, let's get this out of the way. King takes b7, loses to rook e5, pawn up, we go behind, we lost. The obvious move is pawn up, which can only be met by here. And after e6, it looks like we are actually winning, because e7 and we are promoting. But here comes a twist. After b6, we can't move the pawn up because it gets captured and pinned. Worse still, we can't even leave the 7th rank. So no matter what white does, only legal move being king b7, we still don't have a threat. Because e7 is still met by take. And now after king c5, there is only one move that doesn't lose the game. For white, because if you keep going closer to the pawn, then what happens is that when you get here, I just move the rook. And now when you promote, I take, and then I take the pawn too. But there's a beautiful stalemate motif here introduced by B. Concord, which is e7, takes, king here, now the rook is forced to take, and that's a stalemate. I just explained that, B. Concord. Yeah, Jerry Prez, who said in the beginning that it has to be a stalemate, was fully on the money. No, this is not Eric Rosen, because this was actually an unavoidable trap. Unlike the Eric Rosen cheapies, this one was out of Black's control. Like, there's nothing Black can do to dodge the bait here, the stalemate here. So, there's zero overlap here with the Eric Rosen stalemate. Also, you're asking me about housing prices in Australia. Give me one first world countries where there is no housing crisis at the moment. Well, when I say crisis, I mean the level of crisis we have in Australia. I think it's a totally worldwide first world phenomenon. King e7, what? What king e7? I just went through that line, didn't I? That this loses to rook b8. I mean, speaking of my other country, Hungary, where I hail from, if I compare the real estate prices of the last 10 years, I'm willing to bet that the real estate prices have gone up more in Hungary than in Australia in the past 10 years. And boy, that's a fat call. That is a fat call. And by the way, currently the housing market is in an ever so slightly in a decline in Australia. Like, it peaked during COVID, and since then, if anything, it has dropped. Like, my house was worth more 2 years ago than it is now. Australia is not a first world country. What are you smoking? Guy, go for it, buddy. Australia is not a first world country. Okay then. So what is your measure of a first world country? Tindy told me not to argue, and I should have got out of that, but now I'm very curious. No, but I'm like, what the hell? Okay. I am so intrigued. So we are not by definition a first world country. So what is the definition of a first world country, ladies and gentlemen? We have got a case on our hand that we must investigate, despite the best advice of Tindy. So now we are going to go full screen. First world country definition. A first world country is industrialized, democratic nation with a stable capitalist economy and high standard of living. I hate to tell you this, brother, but Australia ticks all those boxes. Ironically, a lot more so than the United States, where I assume you are from. Originally referring to those aligned with the US during the Cold War. That still is Australia. While the geopolitical context has changed, the term now broadly describes developed countries with a high GDP. Still Australia. Strong infrastructure, advanced technology, and high human development index scores. Still ticks every single one of them. However, the term is considered outdated with developed country, global north, global south, irrelevant. Question. What are you smoking? Thank you, guy. Thank you, sir. Well, I just googled it for you, brother, and you got absolutely hammered there.
Thank you, coach, for your chess lessons.
No, because there are islands with the same as Australia. What? Such as New Zealand, same thing. Actually, yes. If you go through that list that I just read from you from your Google preference, New Zealand would tick all those boxes as well. I don't understand what you're trying to say, but at this point I'm going to abandon this pursuit of identifying what is a first world country. Once again, I should have listened to Tindy, and I regret that I didn't. Philippines too. Okay, Gregory, I have to go back to this. You don't listen. So now I regret it even more than ever, but I will read this to you again. Industrialized democratic nations. Stable economy. The Philippines does not have a stable economy. High standard of living. The Philippines does not have high standard of living. Let me go into that. Develop high GDP? No. Strong infrastructure? No. Advanced technology? No. High human development index? No. Hello? Welcome to general economics lesson. Now back to chess. Jesus wept. Why am I doing this? Okay, guy. White. Tindy, I love you, man. I will hire you as my life coach. I swear to God, my heart rate went double up. Guy, why are you sending me a game where you're winning a piece on move 4? Please tell me that you converted it like a champion. Yep. Yeah, I would have probably gone d5, but it's fine. You should have kicked it in the face right away. Are we trapping our own bishop here, buddy? What? I really didn't like this part of the game here. So first of all, this needed to be kicked and kicked right away. I don't know why we are sitting out of this. Bishop a6 is fine, but I don't like the fact that it lacks this kick notion that we discussed 400 times. Even here, like, you should have kicked this right away. And after takes knight g4. Now you are pinning it, you are retaking, the knight is already looking down here, knight e3 is a threat. Like, the only rule of life you want to live by when you are up a piece is that you cannot ever be on the back foot. That's not allowed. Okay, so you absolutely must do your utmost to immediately take actions in your hands and not wait for your opponent to mess up. Like, right away. This is an opportunity for you to strike, you strike. Cost a pawn, yeah? So what? Who cares? You're up a piece. Takes knight g4. Look at it. Like, after queen d2, I can go as far as bang. How sexy is that? And if king takes... wow, I'm mouse slipping like mad. Take g5 and that's it, man. You regain the piece. End of story. Game over. And instead we are playing pretty moves like this, and now you're losing your piece back. It's way too timid. Pretty moves are not cutting it, man. We are up a piece, action time. Absolutely 100%. Yeah, that was not pretty by any stretch. I'm trying to think if I would prefer to take this pawn back or win this pawn and get a knight on e5. And I'm a bit of two minds about this. I can't really tell, so I will go with this. Yeah, I think I would probably prefer this because there is less play on the open files. Even though materially this is less. Instinctively, it's g7, not e7. Although this drops this pawn. But now we get f-file. We might have a check here. It's a bit speculative. Let's go. Gregory, I honestly can't give a single toss about two things. A, about what you take out of this, or take away from this. And two, about what the engine says about g5. These are the two things that I absolutely cannot care less about. But since you asked, my brother, I'm going to show you the engine. I just turned it for you now so that we can finally end this conversation. g5 is the third best move on the board by a whole of 0.2 away from the best. So you can go and take it with however much salt or whatever you like to take your stuff with and smoke it, brother. And by the way, the best move is rook g8 that prepares g5. So that is so much about your g5 is 100% bad. It's so bad that in fact it's 0.2 points away from the best move when we are up 3.5. So put it in your pie, brother, and smoke it. There is a reason why this man is sitting here. That's because I'm not towing through my backside. Most of the time. Sometimes I do. But then I do it confidently. Ladies and gentlemen, black to move and win. These are the tactics guide that you're not allowed to miss. And when you do, I'm upset. When we miss tactics like this, Mr. Guy, I am upset. The Twitch chat already is screaming the correct move at us. Hi. I totally agree with you, BC Concord, that my g5 looked a shed load better than rook g8. Every day of the week. Can we see the line there? Brother, I showed the line twice. Rewind the tape. Queen g7. Game over. Mate. Rook. See ya. Mr. Guy, you missed the board here. And that's not acceptable because it's a free rook. On your level of chess, this has to be seen every day of the week. And when it's not seen, it's a heartbreaker. Instead, you decided to trade down into an endgame where your opponent has two connected pass pawns running down at you and you have nothing against them. What were you thinking, brother? Like, take followed by queen g7 is one of the worst sequence you can play out well, it's the best sequence to play out if you want to lose. Like, trade followed by trade queens when we are down material and there are two connected pass pawns on the board. Hello? What? Oh, shit. Why would you even look at that? Like, that is not an option, let alone a move you carry out. Wait. Okay, so we could have taken this and this, right? Mr. Guy, are we paying attention to tactical opportunities like this? Better still, after rook f7 you have another sexy with taking this. We're missing a lot of basic tactics, which is not typical of your chess, by the way. I love that. That's a very, very cool idea. Excuse me. That is not so much a cool idea. Why are we not putting this rook on g8 where we are pinning everybody? Yeah? Ooh. Very close to be action time. Did I play against Magnus Carlsen? No. Unfortunately, I've never come across Magnus Carlsen. Mind you, I don't particularly enjoy having my ass handed to me, so... Oh, Jazz in the house. How are you going, buddy?
Hey, coach.
Hey, hey. Wait, what is happening here? Oh, we're panicking because of time travel. Fair enough. Hello. Hello, Matutski. Neat. Alright, so, takeaway from the game, brother. We were fed a free piece on move 5. Correct. And this game has turned into a total struggle fest. Can't happen, bro. It can't happen. Like, you need to convert this with more confidence than what you have. As in, more confidence with which you have converted. So, yeah, no. I'm not a big fan of this trade. Like, getting rid of with the bishop pair right away. I would have played it d5 rather than 6. And once this happened, mate, h6, g5 was non-negotiable. Like, you are not putting up with nonsense like pins like this. No, screw that. And just go after them like mad. And that was your last chance here to rectify this by playing h6 and then g5. See what? I'm happy to do that, buddy. You know the conditions. By the way, now I'm looking at the engine. G5 is top move of the engine. Ironically. This is going to be my final engagement with our good friend. G5, top move, baby. Top move, baby. With Mr. Gregory. You seem to be very reluctant to take my opinions, aren't you? So I'm very reluctant to offer them to you. Because I told you to play G5 and you're telling me that it's 100% wrong. And you can see what the engine thinks about my move about here, which is the top move. Just type Siva, I will help you out, brother. Nah. I don't know what a nah means, but it's a yeah. Okay. It's up to you, guy. Usually, when you're getting your ass kicked, that's more educational. You can also learn from wins, but it tends to work, unfortunately, the way that when you lose, you learn. And when you win, you boast. Siva! I think you want to read that again. And thank you for the sub, by the way. Link to store is just exclam merch. There you go. I don't know why you are not buying my merch, guys. I haven't received a purchase for like a week at least. You're sleeping on the best merch out there. See what? I hate to be this guy, but can you please read this for me? I really hate doing this because it sounds like I'm begging, but since everyone else follows these rules, I must insist that you read it one more time. Have it a better read than you did the first time. Good morning, Mr. Tapiosa. How are you going, buddy? Oh, pocket chess. That's all the more reason for you to take it. Put it on. Am I not worried about f5? No, because it's my turn. So I play g5 before that hits. Guy, have you sent me another game? Not, oh, yeah, you have. Okay, so I'm doing that next. Wait, you haven't. Mr. Rocky wants to challenge me instead, and apparently instead of sending me a challenge... I love these messages. Please play with me. Please play with me. I'm pretty sure it doesn't look like I'm playing anyone. Anyway, Guy, you sent me the money, so send me the game too, please. No, why would it be scary? Sorry, I got out of the game, but you just take on h4. I don't understand the notion of that being scary. Now I need to recreate the game from memory because I already got out of it, but I'm going to do that for you because I'm a rock star and I remember everything. So this is how that game went, yeah? He, castles, take, d6, bishop g5, bishop e6, f4, h6. See? That's memory for you right there, brother. Why would I be scared of f5? Just take this, no? What's to be scared of? Take. I'm up a piece. I have zero right to be scared here with black since I'm up a piece. If I am scared, what is white feeling? Hey, pawn to infinity, how are you going, buddy? What happened with my guy? Guy, have you sent me a game? Oh, it's in the messages, is it? And I missed it? Wait, what? No, you didn't. You only sent me one game, bro. Of course, Tindy is on the money. Of course, Tindy is on the money. As always. Packages, please, I beg you to buy that London merch. That would be freaking hilarious. I don't understand, like, this thing that people talk about being scared in a position. Like, what am I supposed to do with that information? It's so weird when I hear this. And I would really like to help you there. And I messed up again the position, so I will get it back up. So, here is my take on this. And I really want you to listen to what I have to tell you. I messed up the move order here, but I will fix it. So you are scared here with black, yeah? So that tells me that you're super happy to be white here. Because you can't have it both ways. So if you are scared with black, you're happy for white, correct? So tell me, what exactly is exciting you about down a piece for sweet f-all counterplay? The fact that the king is really open is like telling me that the sky is blue. It's like, yeah, I know that. What are you trying to tell me? I can see that there is no pawns here. That makes it open. That doesn't make you a chess player. That makes you a human who has got eyes. The fact that there is no pawn here in itself means absolutely nothing. You can take zero meaningful conclusions from that. Absolutely none. So that alone doesn't make you a decent chess player or someone who evaluates things. That makes you a human who has got a functioning eyesight. Don't be like that. Be like the guy who goes, yes, I understand the pawn is missing, so I'm vulnerable on this diagonal. Are there checks? No. That's it. Also, after e5, knight e5, no check here. Shout out to Chicken Crossroad, who raided me. I don't think this guy knows who I am. in the sense that Chicken Crossroad is one of the best backhouse players who ever touched backhouse in his life. And maybe he's pretty good at Crazy House too. And back in the day, I actually used to play him under this different account than what he actually knows on Fix, which used to be the best, probably still is, backhouse server. So Chicken Crossroad Raid is always big because he's a shed load better at backhouse than I will ever be in chess. No, you don't, because you don't know my Fix username. We used to play, well, not really, because you were a shit ton better than me on Fix too. But you can't possibly know what my Fix username was. If you do, I would be surprised. But either way, I'm very glad that you rated me, and thank you. Backhouse has a very, very, very strong traditions in Australia, by the way. Justin Ten, who is multiple, I think, Crazy House world champion, was probably the best player at the time. Bugzilla is from Australia. Neil, I forgot what Neil's username is. He's very good, also from Australia. Yeah. Anyway, so I have no idea what to tell you, Mr. Griswold, other than you are never gonna get good at chess if you go like, oh, this looks scary, but then you don't look into what ideas, threats, moves that translates to. Yeah, Queen F3 is a move, attacks the knight. If the knight moves, we get mated. That is a correct statement. Yeah, but I play Rook F8, and again, there's absolutely nothing to be worried about. So you can either choose to be scared, or you can choose to think. You can guess which one is going to make you a good chess player. Magnus Carlsen never said that. That's like the famous quote that the internet nowadays is full of misinformation by William Shakespeare. No, it doesn't. Queen F3 is the only thing that white has, actually. Because that sets up the mate threat on F7. That is the only move I would look at here if I were black. E5 and Queen F3. As soon as I looked at these two and dealt with them, I would conclude myself to be the winner of this game. That's it. Nothing else you need to worry about. I know. That's what I'm saying. That you going like, I'm scared, is like, knock yourself out, but that's not going to tell you what's going on the chessboard. So now we have come to full circle where we realize that actually you wouldn't be scared to play this with black. All you needed to do is to actually apply your brain and figure out what's going on. Okay, did my guy send me the game? Let's see. Yes, he did. Yeah, well, the reason for that is because it looks scary. By definition, never goes past the looks, which is why it's absolutely, utterly useless in chess to rely on that. Okay, last game and then we are going home. Well, you are. I am already home. Wait the heck up. Isn't this hanging? Yeah, it's a shifting mentality. One is an observer, the other one is a thinker. You cannot be a chess player if you are an observer only. If you want to observe, you shouldn't watch my stream, you should watch Asian Bunny. But unfortunately, she went offline already. But that is a lot more about observation. This here, chess, is about thinking. Alright, so we didn't take a free pawn for whatever reason. I love the aggro, man. I love you. I love it, man. Oh, yes! Yes! I love you for taking this with the pawn, too. We're getting our head around important concepts. I love it. I love it, man. This is good shit. No, don't do this. Do not do this. Play h5 first. It's a nuance, but it's an important one. Only take it when you are ready to take and go in for the kill. Not before. Just to show you one difference right off the bat. Take h5, I can go rook h8. And yes, you have got check now and I'm cooked with the rook. But now black is not getting mated. You don't want to allow this. You want to absolutely murder them here. So you don't let them out. You go h5 first, then take. What kind of sissy chess is this, bro? Like, why not h5? Hello? What is going on? Why are we not going f... What? Wait a second. Why are we not going h5, bro? Like, I would pay money for this shit, right? And now you can sack if you want, or just go f4. Yeah, f4, knight is hanging, going home, e5. And yeah, it's gonna be mate again. You need this open up, bro. You need to get rid of with this piece of poo. We don't want that. So get rid of it. Yep, very good. e5, please. Yep. Yep. Take h5. Yep. Knight e4. Yep. Pawn e6 probably. Or even bishop takes is probably winning. But pawn e6 is very winning. Fuck me. Mate. Why? Like, why are we coming? Oh, you want h5. But I still don't like it. Like, this is something you want to use as an attacking tool. Go e6. Right? That's it. Cuts off the queen and you're threatening to take and pick off g6. It also opens up this diagonal if need be. It's so over, it's not even funny, man. Like, bishop e2, like, coming back here. I know that you wanted h5, but it's a bit slow for my liking. Very good. I'm so glad you didn't engage. And now if they take, you go king p1. Yeah, very good. Very good. Most things in this game, you are doing really, really well. Ah, piss off with the queen trade, mate. Really? Really? Queen trade. When you have got mate in one thread. Don't make me cry when I'm praising you. What do you mean open the rook? I don't understand this talk, man. Like, open the rook? What? Like, how is that relevant when I'm giving checkmate? Like, yes, it opens the rook. Why that is the number one thing you single about e6 is beyond me. Like, how about it also happens to be a checkmate? Which is kind of a bit more important than this open file, innit? Like, how about a tiny bit of checkmate sprinkled in? Rook here, knight g5, see ya. Yeah, no, mate. Like, e6 was a go. And here you played brilliantly until you did this. That's a disgrace, man. Like, here, if you don't checkmate, I don't know what you're doing. d6 and mate. And in particular, by the way, look at your time, buddy. You have got 1 minute and 49. And you are like, my best chance to win it is to go into an endgame where I have to play another 30 moves to win. Said no one ever. As opposed to, let's checkmate the hell out of his face, because that's the safest way to win. Thank you, Mr. Raspberry. I appreciate your words, buddy. Yeah, that was... Ah, man. Such a good game. And then we see that fugly there. Isn't this a four's mate, buddy? Hello? How do they stop mate now? Mr. Guy, you dropped the ball on this game big time. Very big time. Very, very big time. And now panic is kicking in for absolutely no reason. Fuck me, man. Ah. This is hanging, no? I mean, I'm just zipping through this because all of this is irrelevant. That check makes absolutely no sense. You want to cut the king off so it can't go this way. And then step aside, go with the pawn and keep the king cut off. This is the worst instinct of every chess player, to give brain dead checks when down in time. Like, your opponent doesn't have to think, so you are losing time. ChessCoachAndras is my name, Tindy. So the checks are the least productive things to do when you're down in time, because it forces your opponent to find a quick response, so the pressure is back on you. Whereas if you play a move like rook c4, they'll start thinking like, oh, what the fuck do I do now? And they attack the rook, you go off, and now they start thinking in earnest because they no longer have obvious moves. Did you win this, by the way? Oh, let's pretend I didn't see the end of this. That broke my heart, man. Like, how can you put king on king like this with not you to move? Like, I don't care how little time you have. This is... You can't do that on 400 level, let alone 1500. Ay, man. That was an absolute heartbreak. Fuck. But in a way, I'm not gonna say that I'm glad you lost it, but it's a very, very valuable lesson for you to get this nonsense out of your head that you are trading queens in the middle of a raging attack. The username, brother. The username. This is why I love you, Tindy. Among other reasons. Among other reasons. Ay. What color are you, Tindy? I forgot to check it. I don't want to dox you. Tindy, what freaking color are you, bro? As black. Okay. Okay. Bishop g4 is a bit meh. Okay, so here is the gist, Andy. If you commit to bishop g4 in the Pirts very early on, which you did here and you shouldn't have done, then you should be playing against the d4 pawn with knight c6. No, that's bullshit, but you... Yeah. So knight f6 should be played here, and then take it from here. If you play it well, you never get cramped, but you need to play it well first. And I told you already many times that I would be happy to give you a bit of a rundown on the Pirts, but you are not taking my offer. So what can I do? But point. After take, you want to play knight c6. And the idea is that you want to provoke this. Because that gives you shit to bite into. You have now c6. And if they kick you, you come back. And now, ironically, you are correct that it's good to not have this bishop. But your position here is perfectly fine. Right? So, knight c6. And if they castle and ignore this, then you go e5. And then you go in. And more often than not, you actually leave it on prey because you have got high T and high girth, and sack this pawn in order to blast this diagonal open. And you look to find counterplay on the diagonal against the e4 pawn, against the shitty bishop. The whole thing comes together beautifully here. What you are doing is inconsistent. Like here c6 makes no sense. Because c6 is usually associated with
I am happy to join the community.
Siva, thank you, but dude, you already told me that you were broke. Like, I don't expect money from people who can't afford it. You shouldn't have done it, but thank you. So now we are mixing things, because in c6 setups, even though it's counterintuitive, you do need your bishop. So if that's your jam, then go c6 and play like c6, then a4, then queen c7, then knight d7, then e5. And yes, it's a little bit cramped, but it's not too bad. This bishop is not that bad. What happens here is that you go b6, a6, bishop b7, and slowly b5. See what? Chuck in the game that you wanted to analyze, buddy. I will go through it, but I will have to be very quick. And tell your mom that she's a legend. Thank you, guy. Okay, Tindy, this is very important. In this position, you are not going to get mated anymore. It's not happening. So, dodging bishop h6 makes no sense. And the reason for that is because as soon as your bishop h6 lands, you counter with e5. And after take, there are too few pieces on the board for this attack to be effective. The bishop is misplaced. It's not happening. And there is tension already in the center. It's just too slow now. And there are too few pieces on the board for it to work. But you definitely don't want to dodge the trade anymore, because you are well set for e5, and e5 makes this bishop shit, so you're happy to trade this. Yeah, this is the textbook how not to play the Pirts. So, yeah, rook e8 was no-go. Yeah, send me a DM. Or that. Okay, this was by far the best case scenario for us. Yes, Griswold, yes. What kind of sissy have you turned yourself from Mr. Girth to not give up this pawn? Like, since when did we not play a5 here, bro? Are you kidding me? Like, what happened with the cojones and the high T and the girth and all that? Like, Jesus, man. Yeah. Queen c7. Now you found a string of only moves. I'm impressed. Until you fucked it. So knight c5, yeah? Oh yeah, the balls have come back. And just go after it, man. Go after it. You're going after the wrong target here. It's not the bishop. It's the queen side. Tempo and then in you go. Also, a4 was quite ballsy. No, I like knight c5 more. Never mind. Good. Ish. Do you know what a sexy move is here? a4. And if they take, then c5. Well, fuck the pocket. You should have played it right away. Now was the time. a4. Get it out of your pocket, so to speak, right? That's what she said. Yeah, a4, and then you can go all the way and loosen it up even more. Looks like $1 million to me. If you looked at it, I don't know why you didn't do it. Yeah, this is your dream Pierce. Like, I know that you are in your element now. No, it's not the same result, brother. No. You wish it were, but no. Because here after a4, a3, it absolutely shreds. Your a4 did fuck all in comparison. Yeah, like, nothing achieved. No, please do not insult my a4 by saying that that achieves the same. Nope. Not at all, brother. My a4 shredded the king side, rather the queen side. Now there is constant dramas on the diagonal. Like for starters, I can just take, and restore parity. Material parity, that is, but in reality you are better because now this king is constantly exposed. So no, there was only one time when it was good, and that was not the one when you used it. I think after knight d7, it's over. Oh shit, no, you blundered your queen. Ah, brother. Fuck. Ah, yeah. Yeah, so the opening was pretty dark. But then here your opponent completely lost the plot. Like, totally. And by the way, here you didn't even need to lose this. You had here queen b8, right? But yeah, with the opposite colored bishops and their bishop bearing down on this emptiness, I already quite like your position here. No, you need to get that out of your system altogether. It's really not good. I fucking love it. I tell you the best move on the board, and the kid comes in and goes like, nah, that's bad. That's bad. I love this guy. No, this is good. And you are talking shit. But I find it very amusing that you are wrong every single thing you say, but with confidence. Like, I really like that. I really like it that you are consistently wrong, but with confidence. Like, you never doubt yourself. I doubt myself every minute of my life at the things that I do best. And here you are with endless confidence, and everything you say is completely wrong. And it never, ever alters your confidence. That is just through the roof every day. I fucking love that, man. I wish I had that kind of mentality. Like, no matter what you say, same confidence. It's like incredible combo, mate. You should like ask someone to give you a special reward for that. Like consistently wrong every time, but the self-confidence is through the freaking roof. Next level. Next level. Yeah, this position was very wild in the end. That's the problem, that I guess that by the time you got here, you ate up a fair bit of time. So by the time that shit got to this pointy end, you didn't really have an awful lot of it left to figure out what really mattered. Overall, it's a really good game, especially coming back from a long, long hiatus. Oh, shut up, man. Like, seriously. Don't do that. Please don't give me more money. Thank you so much, though. Yeah, chuck it in. And then I'm gonna call it a game day. Chuck it in. Okay, looking. Oh, I recognize this is you being white. Can't wait to see what we can learn from our humble friend, Mr. Greg. No, buddy. No. You need to take this back. Oh, actually, you were wearing the shirt. Freaking golden. Absolutely golden. You have to take this, buddy. And after d5, e5, you are entering a superior advanced French. So what this is the same as this, except that in this position, no one in their right mind should take this. And they did. So, happy days. But bishop c4 walks into d5. That's the problem. I don't know why are you walking into this head first. That was shit. Yeah, it's because your opponent is a potato. Like, he should have just absolutely ripped into you here. Gregory, why do you need a coach, buddy? You seem to know everything. What on earth could I add to you, buddy? Come on. Okay, I don't understand why we're not taking this back. Like, there's no point, mate. Like, they have already very clearly told you that they had no interest in taking this. Take the fucker and go d5. Like, imagine if they play the same moves, which I almost am certain they would have, you would be now winning the game with d5. This is why I am teaching the Alapin to club level players, because half of their games in the Alapin go like this. Because they just are completely unaware of the fact that central pushes kill them. Yeah, but keep moving is not how you learn chess, buddy. I can keep moving, but I would like to teach you things. Take it. And then you are threatening d5. Don't take it, and you are threatening nothing. It can't go right anymore for you. And it has gone really bad. Like right now, it's really, really bad. Like you have got nothing here for your pawn. Like it's completely delusional. You missed the board, buddy. Like this was about the last time you could have taken. And from here on out, it's not a Mora. Like you're not getting any compensation that you are getting in the Mora. Forget it. You're just down a pawn in a bad position. Like, it's okay to want them to take, but there is only so much until what point you need to go like, okay, it's not happening, I need to play chess. We blundered here knight d4, did we? Oops. I don't think he's talking to you, Tindy, but I would ignore if I were you. Yeah, unfortunately, bishop g5 is a blunder. Which I'm pretty sure that hits you hard. Good. Oh god, f6, Jesus. Okay. Oh no, it's an outright blunder. Comp does mind it, but more importantly, we don't give a toss about the comp. I mean, do you enjoy yourself here? I don't think so. Like, before you ask what the comp does, tell me, do you like this? No. Okay, f6 is horrid. Yep, very good. You're blundering the same tactic now twice back to back in the same game. Instead, rook c1, pin, that threatens knight e5 and also coming in on c5. Yeah, I don't know what your perception of this was, but it's equal. That was not a sack, that was a blunder, but I'll take it. But once again, I don't care about comp, I care about you. Look, you are making the best of it, and definitely good knight, bad bishop. Like, positionally speaking, I think you felt that there was no way that you were gonna lose this. That's what my gist is, that you must have loved it here. And sometimes confidence matters more than objective evaluation. Yeah, I thought so. Even though it's dead even. But when you play with an air of confidence, it's like plus 200 rating, at least. Yeah, and you are just absolutely killing the guy. They are not waiting moves, they're shit moves. Oh, come on, buddy. What? Queen d5 and you had rook h6 with mate? Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ah, here we go. The draw offer is charming. I like that. Very good, buddy. Very good. Slight tidying up of your openings and you are going to be absolutely golden. You are gonna be absolutely golden. I will raid you off Tindy. Oh, hey, Lauren. Sorry, I wasn't reading the Twitch chat. Hey, hey, hey. As a reward for Tindy, I'm going to raid you off to his girlfriend. Or rather, his royal crush. Yeah, I'm golden, Lauren. Thank you. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on board, ladies. Take care, lovelies. And I will be streaming again. Don't know when. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled. If for not other reason, because I can't wait for Mr. Gregory to come in again and be consistently wrong about everything he says. With confidence. For now, we're done. Shout out to Lauren. And to all of you who donated. Thank you so much. Go to the freaking merch shop.
Oh, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, Andras. How are you going today? Don't mind like my outfit. I'm